yeah. There's a tactical way of doing it,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a strategic way of doing it. I'm encouraging the strategic way, obviously, but there's nothing wrong with continuing to mine tactics.
Mm-hmm.
But if that's all you do, you will get outmaneuvered by your competition, because they are figuring out, how do I create, for instance,
Mm-hmm.
a workbench for a worker? So in the stock trading, there are trader workbenches. In insurance, there are claim workbenches. In insurance, there's underwriting workbenches. In healthcare, there are claim workbenches. In healthcare, there are physician round automation. In field service, there's scheduling of the field service worker. I mean, if you stay in functional productivity opposed to business outcomes
Mm-hmm.
that are going to give you a competitive advantage, that's a real danger. It's a trap. So it's kind of like somebody starts throwing money at you,
Mm-hmm.
and you see all this money flying at you,
You cannot
and
say
you
no,
just go crazy,
right?
and you just grab all the money you can,
Yeah.
instead of saying, oh, maybe I ought to just grab the larger denominations first,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
instead of the
Mm-hmm.
small ones. So I think there's a real temptation to continue to do that. There's nothing wrong with continuing to do it, but forgetting about the strategic moves to process management, to decisioning, to predictive, really is going to put you at a competitive disadvantage. Now, the accountants are going to tell you, save the money, save the money, save the money, save the money. And by the way, why don't you save the money? Well, that's good, but that's a short-term approach. In essence, you're on what I call a water wheel, and you're just spinning. Yeah, you're saving money, but are you really advancing your organization? The really sharp organizations that stay as leaders and consistent, they're always trying to improve without just purely automating. So if you're just automating,
Mm-hmm.
please take a look at intelligently automating. And if you're intelligently automating, then look for business outcomes that are predictive and will give you competitive advantage. Those are the 3 steps that I see in the automation. So simple automation is good, but if you forget about, intelligently automating, you're in trouble. I would say mid-range, if you're just intelligently automating without considering how you compete and how you do in comparison to your peers, and more importantly, what your customers want, what your community wants, how you participate in an overall customer journey, because companies have this myopic vision that, well, the journey starts at my front door and it ends at my back door. Well, guess not. It doesn't. Customer journeys start before that and they end after that. So if you keep this myopic short-term mindset, it's dangerous. I wrote an article on the dangers of that, that you can read about. It talks about we need to change our behavior that's driven by accounting only.
That's an interesting point, because it's not a new point, okay,
no,
but it keeps coming and biting. Yep.
But we don't learn the lesson.